What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to The Librarians Season 3, Episode 1, spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. Also, before I get on to the recap, I just want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, I do a lot of content, movie reviews, TV show reviews, over 30 TV show reviews right now, unboxings, giveaways, video game live streams, much more, man. And I will say, if you enjoy this review, make sure to check out the channel. There's so much for you guys to do, WWE videos, so much more. And I have watched The Librarian Season 1. I remember watching it when it premiered and watching it week to week. But Season 2 is, I think I only saw 2 or 3 episodes in Season 2, and then that was it. So I have not seen all of The Librarian Season 2. I'm sorry. I still am a Librarians fan. I just didn't have that much time last year. And by the time I had to delete space from my DVR, so I never got to watch all Season 2. That is my fault. But Season 3, man, I kind of got my love for Librarians again, because I used to really love it. Then I kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, the effects and stuff. And, it's TNT. It does it the way it does, and, but I found my love again for my footing in the door for the Librarians with this episode. So we begin the Season 3 premiere with the Librarians saving the world yet again, finding another artifact and putting it back in the library. Now this museum comes to life and this janitor is attacked. Now the government ends up questioning him and dumping him at a hospital. And that's where Flynn and Eve end up talking to him. And people keep on saying Sandex. And I'm thinking to myself, are they have a list or something? Like, is it Spandex? Maybe they're saying spandex for all I know. So a man who is possessed starts a fight at a restaurant. An ancient evil is possessed in this man, and he's under the museum is an old church, and Ezekiel and Stone are in a submarine. Apet, that is our villain's name, Apet. Apet ends up starting it, and he's gonna blow up the museum. He fails. They end up failing at that, but he ends up opening this portal inside. Like, he didn't use it to destroy the museum. The submarine ends up hitting the underground wall, and it ends up like creating a hole in the street. So he ends up jumping in there. Apet opens a portal, and he's stopped because the Librarians sang in harmony. This is some of the funny stuff that I'm kind of like, it's so cheesy, and I don't have kids to watch it with, like, I'm not like, come here, son, sit down and watch the Librarians with me, I'm not like that. I'm just like eating food and like, oh yes, like the harmony and stuff. And you have Noah Wiley, I forgot what I was saying when I say Noah Wiley. He always comes in, he's just like, you can tell he's having so much fun with his character, because when you look at Falling Skies and look at his character, you're like, Noah Wiley, that's not him. But when you look at him acting all weird and goofy and silly, you're like, that's Noah Wiley. He always does that, like even in a Disney Channel, I think he did that on the thing. And I'm just like, geez, this guy loves to be silly. He loves to be silly too much. So they do a harmony. The government arrives. Apep makes the government people fight, and the Librarians leave. War has already begun. War has already begun. Little War of the Planet of the Apes, but that doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, that is the Season 3 premiere. Now on to the pros and cons. Starting off the pros, the Librarians have great chemistry. This has been since episode 1. I've never seen an episode of the Librarians and I've been like, they have bad chemistry. This is not good chemistry. I've always liked the chemistry that they've had. Each and every one of them work well together, especially this episode. Ezekiel and Stone are always funny together, and especially even Flynn. I mean, I see they're not they're not stiff anymore. They're actually, more. Rebecca Romaine, I believe Rebecca Romaine's her name, Eve, she's really opened up more, because I remember back in Season 1, they still were kind of stiff around each other, and they've kind of opened up even way more now, especially how Flynn keeps on getting more and more stupid for some reason. I love how he has the s'mores and the marshmallow. That was a great add-on there. I really love Flynn. I want Flynn to be in every episode. I don't know, what's Noah Wiley doing? Why is he not in every single episode? He needs to be in every single episode. Don't know why he's not. So I hope this season he's going to be in every episode for sure. Judging from this episode alone, the story doesn't seem that complex. Apet is the god of chaos, and he wants to, release pure evil. So, the world could plunge into darkness. So they're trying to stop Apet from doing that. So I think that's going to be interesting. What is Apet going to do next week? Is he going to find? He's going to find a new body. Who is he going to possess next? What's he going to do? What does the librarians have to face week to week to week? As long as they don't do the monster of the week or anything like that, and they just stay to Apet for all 10 episodes or so, I'll be totally fine with that. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say that the effects were awesome, because they weren't. The effects are a joke. And that's fine, because sci-fi has bad effects, but I still like their TV shows that they have. And the CGI doesn't define the show. It's about the characters. It's about the journey. It's about the story. It doesn't matter if it has piss poor production. It's still about the story, the acting, and the chemistry between the team is awesome. So there's no problem there with the acting and the chemistry. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's family friendly. That's all fine. And the effects don't matter. I'm not saying like the effects were fine. The effects were fine, but they're a joke most of the time, but it's fine. Like the way Noah Hawley was holding on, he was like, oh no, and he ended up falling. That was pretty bad. But it's still, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still a very fun ride with these characters and what they, the magic itself, it's fun. It's interesting. You get to open your mind and use your imagination. I think that's the most fun thing about this episode, is the problems that they encounter, the obstacles that they need to go across. Using the harmony, I didn't expect that. Like, we all have to sing, and they ended up singing, and Noah Wiley, Flynn's coming in all wild and heavy and stuff. It worked totally fine. It all worked. Now, going on to the cons, there are only two things that I could think of right now. First off, I don't like the government. I don't like them being in it, as in they look stupid. It's very cliched of them looking like dumb, and they don't know what to do, and they fail at their job. So the government being like on the librarian's case, that's something I don't like about it. I didn't like that aspect of the show. I really don't like that. And look, I'm not sexist or feminist or whatever people say, or whatever this goes against, but I'm nothing like that. I'm just saying, a girl being the villain, that's already happening in Gotham. That's happening in other shows. Why is it a girl that's the villain? I'm not saying, why, we already have APET. Why do we need the government to be a villain too? Why do we need that to be that? The girl comes in all spooky in the shadows. She doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. Put a needle in him. Like, why? Why? Why do you have to be in a suit? Why do you have to be this? Why do you have to be that? I don't know why. I'm not saying, not just because she's a girl. I'm just saying, I don't care if it don't really matter if she's a girl. I'm just saying, why? It's so cliched. It's so, why? Other than those two aspects in the show, the government being involved, and then the woman, the head of the government, all that, I just feel it's a little bit too much cliche. It's a candy bar full of a bite of cliche. Not a big fan of that whatsoever. And then the one thing else I wasn't a big fan of, which I thought was just, it's a cheesy show, but it was too cheesy here. When they were in the submarine, because the submarine, I guess the submarine could drive itself. I don't know, I guess it can. But I'm saying the way that it was done, it was turning around, and I don't know, the way it was all done, I didn't buy that. The whole submarine scene, I don't know, that kind of just took me out of it even more than anything else. That was like, if that's the one scene that I have a gripe with with the librarians involving this episode, it was the submarine scene. I like how that they were happy to go on a submarine, but the whole submarine scene themselves, underwater and stuff, I didn't care for it. I didn't. Overall, I'm really happy that the librarians are back. It was a really good episode, and it was a really good premiere. It's great to see these characters back. They're really fun, especially the way Stone could hit now. He has a lot of power in his fist. The whole team's awesome. They're awesome. They're friendly. Dean Devlin is doing an awesome job with this series, so I'm super excited what we have in store for this season. I'm hoping this ain't the final season. I know I didn't watch all season 2, but now that season 3's here, I'm like, let's keep this going. I mean, you got something good here. It's fun, it's friendly, and that's all we need, man. It's good to have a little, imagination every single week. Every Sunday we can use our imagination, and that's something really cool. And we love these characters, and that's something, man. I think the show's very underrated. I don't think it gets the love that it deserves all the way, but the people that do enjoy the librarians, that's what's up. We got to keep it up every single week, man. Keep on bringing the love, showing Dean Devlin, showing the castmates that this is a show that we want to see year after year after year. Keep it coming, baby. Anyway, I'm going to give the Librarian Season 3, Episode 1, the Season 3 premiere, a solid be. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button. You can comment down below to me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Share this review with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more awesome Librarians reviews every single week. Till next time, bye-bye.